Hello students, welcome to Disha. We are powered by Sharat Chandra IAS Academy. In the Disha program, we teach the young students of our country about the events of national and international importance. Today in this series, we are talking about the MSMEs. You may have heard this term in the newspaper. So we'll know what are MSMEs and how they can grow in India. Alright, what is the way forward for them? So first of all, we'll see why they are in news. Then what are MSMEs and what is the way forward for MSMEs? I'll try to explain to you in the best way possible. Alright. So start with why in news first of all. So recently Union Minister for MSMEs, Jitan Ram Manjhi, said six pillars were identified as focus areas for the growth of the MSME sector. First thing is formalization and access to credit. This credit is basically loan. Okay, loan from the government. So this is how government can help the MSME to grow. Second is increased access to market and e-commerce adoption. So just like Amazon or Flipkart, MSME should have direct, let's say, access to an e-commerce place from where the normal customer can also buy their goods. Third thing is higher productivity through modern technology. So AI can have a function in here, AI as well as computers. Next thing is enhanced skill levels and digitalization in the service sector. Fourth is support to khadi village and coir industry to globalize them, or jute industry you can say. Okay, empowerment of women and artisans through enterprise creation. So this is very fairly simple. Okay, now let's move forward and see what are MSMEs actually. What are we talking about? Okay, so let's see this. MSME basically mean micro, small and medium industries. Okay, or enterprises. So let's see this. What are micro? Micro means investment in PMN equipment not more than 1 crore. So their whole value should be less than 1 crore. An annual turnover not more than 5 crores. This value changes to 10 crores for the small ones, and turnover changes to 50 crore for the small ones and 250 crore for the medium ones. All right, more than 250 crore. If you are exceeding 250 crore, then you are in the large industries or large enterprises. Okay, so you are not counted in the MSMEs. MSMEs. Okay, so what we will see, what is the limit? Investment in PM and equipment not more than 50 crore and turnover less than 250 crore. Okay, then your enterprise may be counted in MSME. All right, now let's see forward and let's talk about the way forward for MSME. This is very important for us to understand. Okay, so first of all, let's start with the NPA timeline extension. Okay, non-performing asset. What is a non-performing asset? So let's say you purchased a car. You purchased a car and you want it, so this car becomes your asset right now. Okay, it's a liability but becomes your asset right now, and you want that it should be rented out to someone and should earn something. But what happens, it does not work out and your whole business is basically in loss, not earning anything. So it becomes a non-performing asset. Okay, you invested in it, but it is not performing now. So MSMEs request extending the non-performing asset timeline from 90 to 180 days now. Okay, from 3 months to 6 months for financial relief. All right. Second thing, so it will reduce the pressure on them for performing high. Next thing is credit guarantee scheme. That means loan. That loan will be available to them. So revamp needed for micro and small enterprises in the manufacturing sector. Next thing is interest equalization scheme. What happens when there is a bank? So this is giving out loans and there is a rate for loan. Let's say it is 6 to 7%. Okay, and there is second thing, MSME. They are being helped by government around this loan. Okay, so what they want is a balance between this rate and the rate that is subsidized for them. Alright, so proposed extension for 5 years to support export. The repo rate is the rate at which the central bank, that is RBI, lends money to commercial banks. Okay, so RBI gives money to normal banks, on some interest rate. If this interest rate increases, the burden falls on the MSME, which take loan from the bank. All right, so they want that they should be equalized. This is known as interest equalization scheme. So recently what happened, repo rate has increased from 4.4 to 6.5% over the last 2 years. This means borrowing costs have gone up for the everyone, including MSMEs. So burden has come on MSME. So what they are wanting, this has to be reduced for them. So increase the subvention rate for 5% to manufacturing and 3% for all in the 410 traffic lines. Whatever it basically means that this should be countered. This increased repo rate or increased interest rate on the credit or loan should be countered, nothing else. All right, very simple. Next, in the textile and garment sector, what should happen? Extend remission of duties and taxes on exported products. So what MSME are doing? MSME are what they are doing mainly? They are mainly doing export. So there is a scheme, okay, which remits the duties which are levied on any export, and this makes the MSME happy. Okay, India export happy, and India wants to be an exporting country rather than an importing country. Next thing is emergency credit line guarantee scheme. So reintroduce the MSME exporters for another 2 years. So again, emergency credit line for guarantee, basically loan scheme, but emergency loan scheme. All right, payment timeline extension. So extend the timeline for payment to MSME job work from 45 to 120 days. Basically, what happens if some importer is there, or let's say exporter is there, sorry, they want the goods to be produced, they will give the contract to MSME, and finally they will export. Okay, MSME will get the money from exporter itself, but exporter will get the money from the importer. Now this can take some time. This can take some time. Okay, so MSME want this time frame to be increased for them to get payment. Okay, next thing is PLI scheme adjustment. Okay, so production linked initiative. So lower investment limit to 25 lakh rupees 25 crore and turnover limit to 70 crore for textile and garment MSME, because they are not a very big sector right now. So what should happen? Their investment limit should be reduced and turnover limit should also be reduced for garment MSMEs. Next and very important is green transition support. So provide more soft funds for MSME to transition to green technologies. Okay, more renewable energy sort of technologies. Last, research and development incentives. So MSME or any industry can grow only when there is some research and development in it. Okay, so they are also wanting some research and develop incentives. So increase weighted tax deduction in under sections X and Y and Z. We don't want to read this. We don't want to know this. What we are wanting, that they are wanting support for research and development, as well as green technology, as well as loans, as well as let's say exports and so on. So this is the way MSME can grow in India. Alright, if you have any questions or doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Have a great day. See you soon. Let's see you in the next lecture. This is Yatharth here signing off.